Hi and welcome to this chess channel on YouTube. I'm David Weegenaar, and today I bring you one of the most sensational chess games of all time. It must be. Because back in 1918, Jose Capablanca was playing against Frank Marshall in New York, 1918. Challenger. He was playing with the white pieces against what is known to be the Marshall attack in the Spanish ruler pairs. So this is a great game full of plenty of variations that other players contributed to the that format. And it says in the book, from the immortal games of Capablanca, New York, 1918, ruler pairs, this is probably the most sensational game of Capablanca's career. To meet a prepared variation of this dangerous character without any previous linking of its existence, and to resist the efforts of one of the most ingenious masters of attacking play in the history of the game of chess, that is, a feat of which only a few great players have been capable of. Okay, so let's get into this game. This is fireworks on the chessboard. So first of all, we have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop e5, a6, bishop a4, and we have bishop knight f6 and castles, bishop e7, rook e1, b5, bishop e3, castles. Now, first of all, this is the first time that Marshall's played this, castling here on move 7. Usually, move 7, he would play d6. And this is fine for black. Maybe he missed his chance. So but here he castled, okay? So that's pretty cool. He just castles, okay? So we're pretty normal here. c3 is all still very normal, sort of Spanish sort of waters. Until this move comes about, d5. What a blow. And this is against, as previously mentioned, already analysed out a lot of it. So this is quite crazy. That's my opinion. Each to their own about their opinion of this game, especially that it was played nearly 103 years ago, 102 years ago. So 95, rook e5, which threatens the knight, of course. Now, some lines will go c6 here, or more modern lines will go c6. However, Marshall plays knight f6. And here we got rook e1, right back to the starting station. Bishop d6, and then we have h3. Yeah, so where did I get up to? Bishop d6 and h3, pawn to king rook 3. And here comes an amazing move, okay? So what would you be thinking as Marshall playing here now? Okay, just a couple of seconds, few seconds. What's the moves that come to your mind? And it's a wee bit crazy, but you know, that's what's good about chess is, you can play these sorts of things, and it looks sort of quite an easy move to find. And you might see which side of the board I'm looking at. I'm looking at the king side. So here comes knight g4. Okay, so flip the board. So we're Capablanca. That's who we're honouring here, as well as Marshall, of course. And so now we have some variations. So So what about hg4, move 14, hg4. Okay, we've got queen h4, and we've got, look at this, queen f3, queen h2, dung, 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 bishop g4. It's already looking hard for white, but queen g4 and rook a e8. Ouch. That's pretty hard. Probably the only thing here would be bishop e6, my move, rook e6, check. Then we've got queen e6, haven't we? And then we have queen here, check, do we? Or am I mucking this up? It's amazing, isn't it? So back to the drawing board. So after hg4 we have queen h4, and we have also g3. Ouch. And this is very sore for white. White's in big trouble here. And then we have a3. This is my move, a3, just to demonstrate this. And it's not exactly easy to see, is it, really? I mean, like, this is just amazing chess, isn't it? But after king d3, we might just have this move here. And it's looking like fireworks to me. Where does the queen go? Maybe we'll go rook e2. And yeah, this looks quite good. At least. Does it? Well, if rook e3, then queen f5 check. Oh no, what do we do for white? I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? So this is quite crazy, isn't it, really? So we've got knight g4. So what does Jose play? Capablanca, he plays queen f3. No good as hg4, as we've just seen. So here's queen h4. Look at this. Look, queen takes rook. Beautiful. No, not that move. Queen h4, which is queen to rook 5 here. Now, there's a bit of analysis here because white plays 15d4. Okay, but we're just going to look at the analysis first. Rook e8. This does not look a bad move. Bishop b7. Queen. We can go queen f7 here. Check. But then what's going to happen afterwards? What's going to happen after queen f7 is king here. Okay. Now, sort of probably the only move is rook takes rook on f8, rook f8, and now look the bishops, the rook, the knight, the queen. And there's no queen g8, sorry to say. Checkmate happening soon. Anywhere. That's probably about the best move for white. So anyway, beautiful, isn't it? Isn't this beautiful? So we've got queen h4, and we have rook e4 now. So we have rook. We have a surprising move here. What did I just see? Oh, h5. Now this looks like you can't ever take that knight on g4 because the h5 pawn is behind it now. and exceptional chess at the Tartar still, and I actually thought that Andre would win against Carlsen before the actual round started. So here's d4, rook g4, queen b7, rook a e8. Okay, now bishop d2, rook e2. Now what? What do we do now for g3? Well, it's pretty bad, isn't it? And then there's also knight d2 and rook e1 check and knight f1, and then everyone can see the next move is gh3, and this is not looking too good for white, in my opinion, and that's just humbly my opinion. h2 is threatened, and h2 is a very big move for black here. h2 and rook f1 checkmate. Okay, this will not do because of queen h3, and black's just about got a choice of moves here, but it's very, very hard to defend against this at the best of times for white. So then we have queen e2. What about queen e2? That looks like is that my move that I just played, isn't it? Oh, that's no good. That's just accidental, that move. So we have d4, which is the best move for white to play here. Pawn to queen 4, move 15. And here comes another wee surprising situation for black, because we all like black. I really like black because black is Frank James Marshall. So what do you play here for black? Given that this is your rook on a8. So here comes Marshall's move, okay? Really feisty is knight f2. Now, of course, we have analysis. Okay, now we have queen f2 and bishop g3, queen e2, bishop h3, bishop e3, bishop e1, and that's very hard for white players. Let's say this. Okay, let's say this. We have this move, not queen g2 now, because of queen takes e3. It's still pretty, it's just amazing really, isn't it? Really. So, if king f1, then queen h3. But this might, I might be doing this information wrong a little bit here. Might be that it said maybe that this was okay for white. That was queen takes knight, and so we got knight takes pawn, queen takes. And we have bishop to h2 is the better one, not bishop g3. This isn't as good. It's a blunder. We have here, I should have this in the thing. It should be here. Where's that spawn checkmate? Queen takes pawn check. I don't seem to have got that in here for some reason. And this forces checkmate. If king h8, then queen f8, of course. And if rook takes queen, then rook e1 to rook e8 is checkmate. I seem to have waylaid that for place in here. So bishop g3. I don't think we have any other. Yeah, we've got that one. We've got this. And so this is not as bad for white as other moves. So here we have bishop h2, which is move played. And of course, white cannot lift the bishop with the king because of queen f2. So we have king f1 to protect bishop g3, and now it's pretty sad, isn't it? And that's very good for black. Now, where do we get up to? This is it gets a wee bit confusing, frankly. Yeah, that's right. Knight takes pawn, and so the move wasn't actually played. It went rook e2. Now we have, what do you play for? Black now, because black is marshal. So black is marshal. What else? Allah. He's really good, isn't he? So what's your next move for black here? Black plays bishop g4. What a player. I mean, can't you say that's just awesome? I mean, I can. This is just like that. Imagine seeing this being played. I mean, imagine if I was there and I saw this game being played, I'd probably say, give up chess. No point playing it. If this is the way you've got to play chess, I'd probably just go, this is impossible for me to play this game of chess. According to one, this isn't the best move. Knight g4, and then we have a few variations. We have hg4, jump, jump, and that's pretty good. We have bishop f4. This is not too bad for white. And then we have rook e8. Is this beautiful? Knight f6, rook f8, king f8, what else? Knight e4, by the way, queen a8 is no good, of course, as queen e1 is checkmate. So king f8, and we have knight d2. So now queen takes rook is possible because the knight can just hug f1 after queen e1 check. So I'll just continue on, and so we have got rook b8. Still, black is not giving up. Bishop b7, and here I believe that white wins this with advantage to white. An even game. This is equal. After all that play, this is equal. Okay? So but here came rook e2, bishop g4. And go back to Capablanca. We have queen f2, bishop g3, queen f1, bishop e2, queen e2. And this is the end of the game. Why is this the end of the game? Actually, am I correct? After bishop e3, we have this move, which is very good for black. Black's threatening just rook e3 or bishop e3, but probably I would prefer myself rook e3. So what's white going to do? Maybe we could try this, but not really, because then just bishop e3 wins the queen. So if here, then bishop e3. And I would probably play this move. This is probably the best chance for white, but I'm not completely sure about that. So here we have, instead of queen f2, hg4. Now, clearly, white is threatening if queen h1 here, then king f2. Okay, so here comes that move, which I've just shown you, and that's no good. And we have bishop h2 check. Wow! Wow, is this fantastic? Bishop h2 check. So only move is king f1. And now what? Knight g4 or knight h1. Knight h1 looks quite reasonable. And this is if knight g3, then king e1. And what can black play now? What could black play now? Could, you know, if knight e2, which looks about the only move really. Apart from knight e4, bishop f2, knight f2, rook f2, not queen f2 because of bishop g3, and bishop g3, and black's running out of pieces here. And I can see a wee trick here as bishop takes. I'm not completely sure it's any good. So if rook f7, then queen a8, rook f8, queen f8, checkmate. But I think that fails to possibly just king here, and I'm not really too keen on white's position here really. So I might have played something wrong there. But here's the knight h1 is not what was played, as bishop g3 was played here. Now it looks like white can just lift that knight on f2 now. So white does. And here comes some interesting analysis. Okay, so here's queen c1, queen g3, queen b2, king d3, threatening the queen, of course, queen a1, and king to c2, which is sort of stifling the queen a little bit, isn't it, really? And then g5 and bc3. Just trying to remember this. Queen c3, knight c3. And the book gives this as white wins the ending. White's 2 pieces for the rook. That sort of thing. So it's quite good, isn't it? And this knight is possibly quite active quite quickly. King doesn't want to nibble this pawn because of the open c file thereafter. So, but this is advantage white for endgame. So back to the actual game itself. We've got bishop take. We have got. Where we got up to? It gets a bit spicy. So here's the threat of king to king 2, and we have bishop takes rook. So now we play bishop d2 for white. And here's bishop h4, and we have queen h3, queen swap, queen swap, queen swap please, queen swap, and rook a e8, and we have king to d3, and another time it comes up to d3. We have queen f1. Wow, the attack, as the book says, still looks dangerous, but white has survived the worst. And what a player, world champion. King's bishop 2, and we have bishop f2 and queen f3, so that sort of pins the bishop a little bit. Queen g1. Now we have rook e2. And white has a difficult winner on his hands after where is it? Knight takes, queen takes, bishop. Well, where are we gone up to there? c5, and then I think we go bishop d5 now. And white has a difficult win on his hands, even though it says it's a win. It's meant to be quite difficult. Now there's a wee tactic here, just like this is the beauty about looking at these sorts of players, is we've got just simple sort of tactics like this, just a discovery attack on the rook now here, and white would be relieved of this pawn. So this is 2.5, 3 versus 4 with the knight. So here we got queen g1, bishop d5, surprise, 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 and b4, a4, and now a5, and now the a pawn of white, this pawn here, becomes a very strong pass pawn. Now notice that this has taken the pin off the knight. Now this rook a6 move, okay? So rook a6, and we have this and knight c3. Now it feels kind of comfortable for white. White's got 3 pieces versus rook and piece. but it feels very comfortable for white. But if I was playing this game for white, I would probably get beaten by one of my favourite players. So bishop b4, b6, bishop c3. Oh, it's getting quite hard, isn't it, for black? Until that sort of thing. And then we have, is it queen f7 now? No, it's bishop f7. Check. 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 Mate. I think that's all the analysis. I don't think I missed anything. I'll just check a little bit real quickly. Just see if anything comes up. Oh, knight a3 does. That was just a bogus move. So here we've got b7, and then bishop f7. So if rook f7, then queen check, and it's very hard for black to meet up anything after that move. So if rook f7, then queen check, and not rook f8 of course, so king h7, and then have we got the same thing here? Have we got rook h6 check? And if gh6, then queen h8 check, king g6. We've got this move, haven't we? But it's probably better to not do that. It's probably better to do this. Okay. And that looks pretty devastating for black. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game today. Played all those years ago. Played 102, 3 years ago at New York. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now.